Last month, I have considered with a friend how to find a spiritual group, how to find supportive people, or how to find the right people, which are of the same path of spiritual awakening, of self-development, of trying to find the union with God, said with religious words. But as you know, this channel is not 100% religion because of my opinion is that first people have to find their selves, and from that point, God intervenes automatically in life. This I have learned from the psychoanalyst Carl Jung, and this for me counted in life because I was experiencing the same. So this channel now is for believers of God, but also for non-believers. But sooner or later, it will appear. And that's already the start in this topic, because to find a group or supportive people, you must have started to find yourself. You must be on the self-development path and not take any people only to overcome loneliness. But also you must have developed partially already. Always it is good to find someone of the same level. And always, actually, life will send you from time to time people of the same level, and then you have to try to make friendship with them. You have to be aware here which people are right. You can see consciously, that is one aspect. And the very easiest thing is to travel around, to visit ashrams, to visit other places, to find many spiritual people. And they are not all entangled in the certain group or with the certain guru. They are following sometimes, but they are not even sure if they stay in this movement. But there is a spiritual development already there, and then there you can find new friends. You must even not entangle with the certain movement or with the guru, but you can find friends in the group. You can also be part of the whole group if it's feeling right for you, that movement. And if you feel comfortable with the content the guru teaches and with the attitudes of the people, you can stay. And if you feel absolutely right there in this big group, you can be there for the rest of your life. But in most cases, this is only a positive dream people have, to go somewhere, to find the right group and to stay there for the rest of the life and everything is fine. It's not that easy. Even monks, even sisters of Catholic monasteries or other religious monasteries, they are arguing with each other because it's not a heaven already. Many people are not so far developed and not so close to the enlightenment that they are calm enough, that they are serene enough. You will always have people which are still causing anger, causing disappointment into you, causing everything. And that's why I say you can also not entangle with the whole group, but partially only with some members of a group. The goal is not to have many friends. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's better to have less friends of high quality instead of many friends with low quality. And even that is a good case already if you are not with the whole group, but you find 2 friends there or something. That is already, then it's finished and you can switch off the video. But even that in many cases doesn't happen, that you go somewhere and suddenly you find a new friend and everything is fine. Even that for most spiritual people doesn't happen. Mostly what happens is that people go in a group and they feel even more lonely in the group. I have experienced that several times, not only at me, also others told me that. They went somewhere, they were disappointed or they didn't felt really connected there on the social level. So then they went to another ashram or to another group, and never it was 100% that it happened that this person said, oh, that's the perfect group, I will stay there for the rest of my life. That is a dream when someone has fulfilled and has the luck to have this dream and to have and to live with such a group and everything is great. That is really a lucky one. But in most cases, this doesn't happen. And this has a reason. And that's what I mentioned in the beginning. The further you develop from time to time, God sends you people. It's not that you have to seek consciously after them. From my own experience, it came that whenever I didn't expect people, and I didn't expect new friends. Exactly then they appeared. But whenever I was consciously seeking for a connection on the social level, I was just running after someone and didn't get these people and had no luck to get involved or to get connected with these people. It was always when I had no expectation, when I was so busy with a new thing, with maybe it was a new job, and at the same time in the free time by accident I found friends or so. Not even in the job, but always it happens in life areas where you at that time never expect. Always in life, generally, the best things which happened are never expected. Example, someone, let's say a guy marries a woman, and after 2 or 3 years, or even earlier, he's not happy anymore. She also not, maybe. And this marriage was planned, was arranged, and was consciously so exactly planned. And they wanted the best marriage and they wanted the best life. And it didn't happen because they gave so much effort. And suddenly this guy got a crush on another woman. And that is a coincidence that happens in life. And when he moves to the other woman, so he gets divorced and then he takes a new woman, and then he sees that is the better relationship because there is love. With the first woman, he had no love. They just married for other reasons because the family wanted it or because of money or something. And suddenly he loved a woman which also loved him. And then his second marriage is much better. And always in life, these things happen, which comes by accident, which just happens in life, and not which are planned. And so it is with friendship also. Whenever you stop to crave after friends, whenever you stop to be needy for a social environment or for someone who comes and helps you or supports you, suddenly they will come. But when you are involved in another thing in life, in new job or in any other life area, education, whatever you like, or it's even a new hobby or something, and you are so involved, you forget yourself. You are in workflow, you are just doing your stuff, and suddenly people come and ask, what are you doing there? Hey, that's interesting, you're cool. And suddenly you have new friends, just out of nothing. And that will be the best friends. That is always what I experience and what I have seen with other people also. What also can happen if someone is just running after other people and is kind of needy for social relationships, is that in his new surrounding for which he was seeking, things will repeat. If you're on self-development, you know about these projections, you know about the shadow work, you know that our souls are on the outer world projecting things which we have not solved inside. And with the old relationships, they already did it. And then they said, oh no, I need another relationship. I need another friend. I need another family, whatever. Then people found their new family or go to any group. And suddenly, sooner or later, it happens that from time to time projections appear. And then this person can have extreme case, people who marry 3, 4 times in their life or even more often. They always say the partner is so bad and it's always the same. Women are so silly and these things happen again to me. Yes, because the person has not solved the problems in himself. And so the projection is there on the other person, the disappointment, and all these negative emotions appear. And the thoughts tell the person that always the others are wrong and always they are blaming, and then divorce comes and the next marriage. But the person, when he's very silly and not developing, he always thinks the other people are bad, I must marry someone new. That can be expensive. More intelligent people, I mean not intelligent on university, I mean like social intelligent, if you want to say it with true words, you can say. You have to consider that whenever you argue about something in another person, you have first to look at in yourself, why are you arguing about this habit of this person? Is there still a suppressed habit or same habit in yourself? But only in suppressed form. But how to work with this shadow work, I have an extra video. So basically to say is that you can't find anything in another person what you have not in yourself first. People want to stop anger with their old partner or with their old friends or family, and then they find new people, and again, sooner or later, the anger or things start. But you have to look on the cause first, which actually is inside of you. And nobody will come. There is no redeemer who comes and to make your life better. This redeemer, what, for example, religions or Christianity seeks in Jesus, and what he actually meant is that the redeemer is inside of you. Jesus is inside of you, far deep in your soul. So deep that most people don't even have access. Only meditators have the access. They feel the more they go to their higher self. Carl Jung says that the union with God only takes place in the higher self. That means you first have to reach your higher self. And so you come closer to Jesus, which is inside, not the outer Jesus. Many Christians from the ordinary religion, they believe that Jesus will come back in a human body one day. They wait for kind of a reincarnation. Maybe that happens besides, but this will not help many people personally. The only personal help you can get is in yourself. When you go deeper through the meditation, break all the ego walls that your consciousness opens to the inside. There you will find God, you will find Jesus, you will find your higher self. And that's the way. And nobody on the same path, on the external world, can directly only exception is full enlightened, who has fully reached it. In the case when Jesus reincarnates and you really have contact to this person. But you don't have to wait for a certain Jesus, because you don't know when he reincarnates if he gets another name, so you will never find him. But if you find a guru who has really enlightenment, because there are also many, many, many fake gurus, that's another case. But if you find a true guru, you will feel in his surrounding when you are in his teaching. And it's not only the teaching, that is one aspect, but it is more for the less developed people which want to hear something from ethics or so. But it's actually transferring between the words. If you have the meditation access, and it will bring you better access if you are nearby this person, and then you will feel comfortable in the silence between the words. So you hear the words, you hear this person speaking, and you feel suddenly the inner meditation energy flowing in yourself between his words. Whenever he's speaking, it can also happen that while he's speaking a word, but after the word and the pause or between the sentences, or when this person has a bigger break between some sentences, you feel the bliss. And if this is there, then you are also developed to feel that. But even some people don't even feel that when they are not having the inner access first. So even a guru can help. The inner access maybe will develop and will open later if you have contact with such people. And for the first contact or the first few contacts, you don't feel anything. You just listen the teaching. But later it will work that you open. And when you later meet this guru or something again, then you will feel even more bliss, or the bliss for the very first time. And then it is supportive to have a person from the outside. Only then. And this is actually, this person shares the meditation energy. I had this experience also while listening Osho. This I can recommend. But it is also up to me. If I'm not in harmony already inside, then I just hear his teachings and nothing happens. I don't feel the bliss. But if I have a harmony and feel comfortable inside of myself and have a good time and am kind of a meditation or kind of a flow, then his teachings have a very different quality to me. But I have only experienced that with Ojo videos. And only if I watch the video. The audio, I don't know, but it doesn't work for me. I have to watch him, even if he's speaking very slow and appearing not, it's an old man just sitting there. It's not like you expect something spectacular to see, but I must see his lips moving and these things while he's speaking, and then I can go in this flow also and feel the bliss, which he is spreading just by sitting there. Even he's not living anymore, but the videos still have also seemingly kept the power, and that's good. But maybe in real life he had more power, of course. But the videos, it's not, of course, I reject the digital media, and all my videos against that. The same is you can also use the YouTube and these things for good aspects, and that is one thing. If you use it for the higher meditation, or for the meditation energy, which is spread by Osho and such guys. So in sum, we can say you have to be alone first, and the rest will appear. But not only being alone for no reason. It is for reflection, for meditation, for many things which are so important. But still, there is, of course, the need for a group, because that is human. In previous times, people were always in groups, and it was always there, but it's in our genes already. For our protection against the nature and against wild animals, people had to stay in groups. But nowadays, it's not necessary anymore. And it's very important to be alone. Everyone says this. Even Dalai Lama is saying that. And he's also not sitting among the monks all the time. He's taking retreats. All monks are taking retreats. There are even monk movements which are about having a retreat all the time and only meeting on Sunday, like the Carthusians. And that's what I can recommend. Also, you must find a balance between being alone and being in a community. And here you have only to look after people who support you. You must not be in a certain community or in a religious group or in any of these movements if you are in a group which is only supporting your inner path and your spiritual awakening. That is already enough. So you can be even with your parents, even if they are not spiritual, but if they respect your way and they say, okay, you work less, you don't have a full-time job, okay, we will respect that, we will respect your meditation path, then you can even live with your parents and you don't have to look for other people. If you have friends of the same habit, of course, you can live with them. Whatever or which people are there respecting your way of life, of saying, okay, I work less and meditate more. And they don't say all the time you are lazy. And, if you have people who are against you and who are against this path of spiritual awakening, and you live with them, that is not supportive. Always hearing you are lazy, you are silly, it's useless what you're doing there. And this will be a big obstacle, because your soul becomes very sensitive on this path. And hearing always these negative things and rejecting things from people, that is not good. And so it's only good to have someone who is not against your inner path. And so many people are actually supportive, even if they are non-spiritual, and just let you be as you are. That is already enough. Don't expect something, don't expect a group, don't expect something from a certain person. Just, it is very okay when these people just respect us. That's okay. And if they don't want to have us in their way, in their work life or something, in their business. And so you can go your spiritual path with or without group. Or the best is to make it good for the ego to have a group. And this group respects also that you have times of being alone. Find your best balance. Find out which is good for you, and don't expect too much. Everything is inside of you and has to be found. And then whenever you have a development and found or have progress inside of you, also on the outer world, things will appear from alone. Hope this could help. Have a good time. See you soon. Bye.